Hotel Noir is generally a good film, and if it is your kind of film, I think you might actually really thoroughly enjoy it. But on a personal level, I can't stand it, and I will explain more. But there is one element, as soon as I realised they included this, and it wasn't a surprise, I knew that I would find this really difficult to sit through, but it is by no means a bad film. This was released in 2012, is directed by Sebastian Gutiérrez, written by Gutiérrez, with a cast including Danny DeVito and various others. And it's because of Danny DeVito that I wanted to watch it. I do love Danny DeVito, but I detest voiceover narration. But as I said, I wasn't surprised that it was included, because with this kind of film, voiceover narration is very common. It's very common to have detectives giving their voiceover, and I loathe it. I absolutely loathe it. While it can work occasionally, and it does work with this kind of film, with this style of film, it wasn't unexpected. I still could not get on board with it. So I have to judge this in two ways. Did I like it? And do I think you'll like it if it's your style? The answers are simple. I think they delivered the film they intended to, and I do think there's definitely an audience for it. But my love of Danny DeVito aside, I'm not that audience, because I detest voiceover narration with a passion. But on this occasion, I can excuse it. I've mentioned this before, and I'm sure I'll rant about it again. Generally, it's very, very, very lazy storytelling. But with a film called Hotel Noir, kind of expected it, I don't think they made a bad decision with that, because it really fits in with the style. It's about a detective in 1950s Hollywood. By coincidence, it's the topic of research of mine at the moment. I'm doing a lot of research into 50s Hollywood, so I was interested, and I watched it, I sat through it, but it wasn't enough to save it for me. I do think the story was a little bit slow in places, but I do ultimately think they told an interesting enough story in a style in which they wanted to tell it. And if you do like that kind of story in this kind of style, then I'd say go for it. You might really enjoy it. I can certainly appreciate the creativity. The solid performances are very good. The character writing is very good. The narrative is fine. It's about the detective meeting all of these different people with this hotel setting. And yeah, as I said, it's a bit slow in places, but I don't really have any issues with the narrative. The lighting, I can even appreciate, even though it's definitely not to my personal preference. But again, with this kind of film, I do think it works really well. So for me, I can't even say it's good background company, because even my love of Danny DeVito can't override my intense distaste when it comes to voiceover narration. But if it appeals to you, if you like this kind of film, absolutely give it a go. I think it delivered exactly what they wanted to, and it certainly felt like the film that I was going to expect. Unfortunately, while I watched it for Danny DeVito, I didn't get a lot of personal joy out of it, but I can certainly appreciate the creativity and talent, and if it sounds like a film for you, then I guess I'm happy to recommend it.